Everybody will get started in a few minutes. We're waiting for quorum. Okay, so let me see. I can't figure out how to disconnect.
David, we're gonna make you panelist. You have to accept the promotion, okay?
All right, hi everyone. Thanks for coming. This is the June 9th, 2026 meeting of the Outdoor Dining Working Group. My name is Stella Fitzgerald. I'm the vice chair of the working group. We have Donna Raftery and Carter Booth here. Valerie De La Rosa, the chair of the working group and the chair of the whole committee board, is running a little bit late, but she'll be here soon. Tonight we have 9 applications on our agenda. All but one are sidewalk cafes. One is a roadway cafe, and one of the sidewalk cafes is an enclosed sidewalk cafe. That's number 7. So we will go one by one. We will mostly go in the order that's on the agenda that I just put in the chat. But if there are applicants here, either in the room or on Zoom, we will prioritize you. And then if there are any applications where there's no applicant or no public testimony, we will just move that application to business session so we don't, waste everybody's time. Okay, let's see. So for each application, we'll call you up. We will start to elevate the applicants, and in the meantime, we will ask for public testimony. If anyone from the public would like to speak, you can make a comment. And then just for our applicants' understanding, you don't have to respond to anything that's said in public testimony. You can if you'd like, but you're not obligated to. So all comments should be aimed at the committee. Let's see what else. I mentioned business sessions. So at the end of these 9 applications, we'll go to business session. We will talk about all of the applications again, just review our conversation, and at the very end, we will vote on each application. It is optional for applicants to be here. Our opinion is just advisory. So your application does not stop here. If we vote to deny or deny the conditions, doesn't mean that your application is denied. This just goes to DOT. Maybe a sidewalk cafe will have to go for an extra hearing, or no, all sidewalk cafes. Wait, no, that's all roadway cafes. So we hope that we can come to a compromise on everything. We will probably have some modifications. If you agree to them, then we will give our feedback to DOT, assuming that those modifications are happening. And we will ask our applicants to also confirm that you've made those modifications by sending revised plans to us and to DOT. Let me think, what else? What am I missing? That's it? Okay, cool. Do you have any questions? We can talk about them when we get there. Okay, so first we'll go to application number 1. This is 27th Avenue LLC, DBA Little Branch, 27th Avenue South. This is for a sidewalk cafe. So if you guys want to come sit closer up. And then in the meantime, we will ask and see if there are any members of the public who would like to speak on this application. If so, please just raise your hand and we will elevate you. I'm also going to pull up the application. in the meantime. And I see here that there are printed copies of a amended plan.
No, I think it's the same
Oh,
place.
it's the same plan, okay, got it. Sometimes we get revised plans. That's what I assumed. Okay,
Basically, what, just coming out 5 feet? Yeah.
okay.
Standard.
All right, so it looks like there's nobody here to testify. That's fine. Would you, either of you like to make a comment? Introduce yourselves?
Thomas Monsignore, this is my brother Albert Monsignore. We are Little Branch, and we're just planning on opening a sidewalk cafe. You know, to increase the brand or whatnot. We keep, 21 years in the business in that location. No blemishes on our record, and we continue to keep it that way.
Sounds good. Did anyone have any comments you'd like to share?
Just curious, how are you gonna service the outside?
We have an upstairs,
Are you open up there?
yeah,
Modify your liquor license, 'cause it's not on your liquor license.
as a service bar, it's not there. I thought we had that as a service.
Just so you know, I've been around since you opened.
Yeah, we remember you, we remember you from
So-
last time.
But just because I noted, because yes, the upstairs was never put on, I don't,
Oh, okay.
on the license, so if you're using that, you should just amend the
Storage,
license to
yeah.
expand
Okay,
that area as far as the patron service and stuff. Are you using the front windows? Is it more open now?
yeah, we would open
haven't
that up,
tried it.
yeah, exactly, we'll
Okay,
open that
yeah.
up and then. come
Yeah.
out.
So patrons are sitting upstairs now?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, you better.
So,
ideally, yeah, that would be the plan.
Yeah.
yeah, so just that's the only thing, because
And you have to-
obviously it's evolved.
Right.
So,
And your STIP says that there's no sidewalk seating too, so you have to get that changed.
No, yeah, we were just waiting on the green light from
Yeah.
you guys.
Yeah.
Send that in.
Okay.
otherwise, I think it looks.
Yeah, I didn't.
Haven't have a service aisle.
Yeah, we love to see that. So,
Yeah, for sure, we'll see you there.
yeah, I mean, our only modification was just like a note saying that you will adhere to ADA requirements in your outdoor seating.
Oh, sure, yeah, it is, it will be.
Okay. That's it, I guess. There's no other, cool.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks
Thank
for your time.
Is there any, or do we have any?
Oh, yes, sir. Hang on. No. Okay, great. Thanks,
Yeah,
that's
all
it.
right, thank you guys, appreciate it.
Yep.
Get it out, that was good. Okay, so closing the public hearing on.
I remember you at the last hearing. Thank you guys.
Okay, see ya.
Okay, so going to number 2, Demolinari, 7th Avenue Inc., CBA St. George Coffee, 74 7th Avenue South for a sidewalk cafe. Anyone would like to speak?
Yeah, Susan Ginsburg.
Okay, hold on, Susan, right before, oh, looks like Nancy.
Oh, okay. And video.
Sorry, let me.
Nancy, okay, hang on.
Okay. I'm not muted now. Am I elevated?
Yep,
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay. So I'll start.
Yeah.
Okay. So first of all, their plan has been rejected at a different time because they already have the enclosed sidewalk cafe. And now they want to put tables on 7th Avenue South. And I think at one point, a different restaurant was tried to do that, and they said, you all said no. They do it anyway. They have tables there. They have them by the front door. They serve liquor outside. They don't think they need permits for anything. They will state that if no one's there for you to talk to, but they say we don't need permits. We own it. We own it all. And we're dealing with, you know, kind of a really complicated situation. And there's a number of us that complain about them a lot. We've kind of trying to deal with the sanitation department because of the problem now that their garbage cans block the sidewalk on the residential street. Barrow Street is purely residential, and they claim that they can use it. And although sanitation has told them that they can't, and others have told them that they can't, they have to keep their door closed. They don't. Anyway, they're just a problem. They had big promotions last week with no permits. One involved a DJ at 8 o'clock in the morning on the sidewalk. Yeah, how's that one with the tables and chairs outside and a DJ? It took us an hour to get the police to stop it. It was just insane. And then on Sunday, they had a call for modeling that they had a promotion, and they didn't use South for the lines. They used Barrow Street because it was shadier. We couldn't walk on our sidewalks. It was really impossible. So they're a complicated group, and that's my my thing. I mean, they just don't think they need permits. And even if you give them a permit, they're going to do, if you deny the one on 7th Avenue South, they're going to do it anyway. That's it.
I just have a question. What specifically in the measurements would prohibit them from using 7th Avenue South?
I thought that originally, because they have an unenclosed sidewalk cafe.
That was under the old rules, but under the new rules, they just need to maintain the clearances.
Oh, that part I don't know.
Wondering.
That part I didn't know the new rules that they could. I still think it would be very tight. I looked at it before. It's about 8, maybe. I don't know what the clearance has to be
I
there.
can't read their plan.
It says, the width is 2.5 feet.
Yeah, right now, I think it's maybe 8-foot clear path on 7th Avenue South. But I thought that because they had been turned down before, whoever was, because it was the unenclosed. So you can have both an unenclosed sidewalk cafe and outdoor tables.
We haven't been told that it's prohibited.
I don't think we've seen another one like this. There was? Okay, maybe I wasn't here for that.
Okay, look, I have an issue with them. They think they're the people that run it now. It's not the owner, he's not around, but there's these 2 young guys. They're stoned all the time. They laugh at us when we complain. They smoke all the time outside, and it's just trying to preserve our residential. Barrow Street is perfectly totally residential, and they claim that they can use Barrow Street. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
So can you read what the clear path
Oh, sure,
they
yeah.
say on their
Yep, I
plan?
can read it.
It's like,
Okay, so it says that from the enclosed sidewalk cafe to the curb is about 11 feet, 11,
half feet.
1.5
Yeah,
inches.
yeah.
And then the clear path with this added row of tables, they say 8 feet, 7.5 inches.
It depends on how big the tables are going to be, because I didn't measure it. I guess I could have today. I just thought that it was prohibited. Is that from that red line, which is the unenclosed sidewalk cafe line, their restaurant is really, I mean, it's a big space, their unenclosed sidewalk cafe. So, if they were to have a barrier, I think it would be more like a 7-foot clear path, but I could be wrong. You know, it just depends on how big the tables are and the barriers. And the thing is that
Tables are 30 inches.
it's not waiter service, so it'll be just people sitting there.
So I guess mine on, okay, we'll let Nancy go.
Okay, Nancy?
Nancy, you're muted.
I don't think so.
Now you are. We can hear you now.
Can you now?
Yep.
Okay, thank you, Stella. I sent in an email the other day, which you may have, but I want to speak specifically to Carter's question on the clearances. As you can see by their pictures, if you're not familiar with the situation, they have an enclosed cafe that's out on the sidewalk. The sidewalk here is 20 feet. That's the official measurement. The enclosed cafe is taking up 8 feet of the space. The rule, as I understand it, the clearance has to be the greater of 8 feet or half the sidewalk. So they've got half the sidewalk is 10 feet. They're already using 8 feet. That leaves 2. That really doesn't leave room for tables, which incidentally I have not seen on 7th Avenue South. But that does not leave room for a clear path with a barrier and, excuse me, with or without a service aisle.
That's interesting. I hadn't thought about that, Nancy, the width of the sidewalk. I'm not
The sidewalk is,
sure if DOT's interpretation would fall in that direction, but I think that technically,
That's correct.
yeah, no, that's right. But the pre-existing enclosed sidewalk cafes have existed for so long that in most cases, including from, I'm just going from my memory, which might not be completely correct, but in this space, I think they've opened up the building wall so that there's a significant free flow between the enclosed sidewalk cafe and the building. So
that's correct. But
Right.
that was done quite a few years ago.
no, that's my point, is that they're not treated as a sidewalk cafe per se by DOT, because structurally they were originally supposed to be able to be removed easily. In fact, I think they even had to maintain a deposit with the city or something along those lines to remove it. But these have all been around so long that they're now
Part of the building.
but they're part of the buildings in some respects. So I'm not sure that DOT would fall on that interpretation of the sidewalk width.
Yeah.
It's, I think something we can raise, but I don't.
Yeah, we should wait. I mean, we should wait.
Well,
Because in the neighborhood corridor, which is what it's identified, the clear path requirement is 8 feet. And the application in front of us maintains the 8 feet clear path. And I think that that's sort of the baseline, for a neighborhood corridor. And DOT has been very good about that. And that's the measurement that's most important. And then that leaves about 3 feet for
4
the
feet, yeah.
for the sidewalk cafe. So.
well, Carter, this is an interpretation I'm not familiar with. You can see by the pictures that whatever you want to call it, it is taking up 8 feet of the sidewalk.
Right.
Yeah, but there's an 8-foot clear path is what I'm saying.
You don't think it should be,
I don't think that with enclosed sidewalk cafes, that's the way the interpretation is going to fall at DOT.
They'll just measure the sidewalk, what's
Yeah.
left of the sidewalk from outside the enclosure.
Because these are non-conforming pre-existing conditions. That's why they have a list of all of the previously enclosed sidewalk cafes. So.
well, this is on the list,
I mean,
I believe
I mean,
this is.
Yeah. I mean, we can raise it.
Yeah.
I mean, well, we can just raise it as a question to DOT.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they've considered that either.
Yeah.
But if there are more of these situations coming up, then they should have an answer for how they're interpreting sidewalk width.
Well,
Also, Nancy, I didn't receive an email. I don't know if you sent it to the office and it didn't make its way to the committee, but would you mind resending it?
well, I can do that, Stella. Who should I send it to? I sent a copy to Valerie.
Okay, if you just send it to Florence, the info at the exact info at manhattancb2.org, that will go to Florence and then she'll circulate it.
I can do that. It just says it just says what I have already said.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
But I'd be happy to do that. I think I have to sign out and come back in if I'm allowed to do that.
Yeah, that's fine. Or you don't have to send it right now, but sure.
Yeah, you don't have to send it right now. You just said everything that's in it, correct?
I have said everything that's in it. I think
Okay.
I believe the clear path is 10 feet and is, but in either event, they're squeezing in these tiny tables with no barrier, and I agree they don't have wait staff, but there's still going to be people walking back and forth. They do need to have a barrier. And there just isn't room for the tables plus a barrier at this location. As far as the stuff in front of the door, I think they have said that that little triangle is part of their rented property, like the Village Cigar Store. I don't know if that's true or not. They have had tables in front of the door, and that really hasn't obstructed
It's interesting because
the flow at all.
they're not treating it, it's part of their DOT application. I didn't look to see if it's on private property or not.
Carter looks last.
We went over this. but I-
Yeah, and it was just like where the building would turn into a point, like where their door swings open and nothing else, so.
And nothing else, so.
Yeah, 'cause
So this would, that set of two
I don't
tops,
think it was as big as they.
So anyway, they're applying for it here, so.
yeah, so those are on public property.
Well, I didn't bother to measure there. They have had tables in the pictures. There's just a bench, and an A-frame, but they have had tables there.
The private property, if you look at the diagram that's here, the enclosed sidewalk cafe is not their property. That's on the sidewalk.
Mm-hmm.
So if you continue the building frontage line, the actual building, not the enclosed sidewalk cafe, and you enclose that line and you just keep going straight, that's the little triangle.
I see.
It's the private property. And the tables and chairs are not on those two tables and chairs, or the two tables and four chairs, and the bench, those are not on private property. Those are on the extension of the sidewalk that continues after the enclosed sidewalk cafe.
I understand what you're saying, but I believe since the sidewalk goes out farther, I think there is clearance there.
Yes.
Yes.
And so they've ended just technically for the record, right? They've ended the sidewalk cafe before the property line because of the traffic signal and the parking meter. So I think those are the two choke points for maintaining an 8-foot clear path that would be, I think, the biggest issues from a compliance perspective as far as maintaining and having a proper setup with the 8-foot clear path.
Understood.
Okay, can I just add something since I
Sure.
have?
Yeah, you can.
All right, the 7th Avenue side, on the pictures, you notice there's the parking meter, which they don't have in the drawing.
It's in the drawing.
No, it's in the drawing.
Is it?
Yep.
I don't see it on, where is it on mine? I
It's-
just curb.
It's towards the bottom.
Oh, I
Directly above where it says 32 feet.
Yeah, but that's not 32 feet because it's the
The
parking.
length of the sidewalk cafe is 32 feet.
Yeah, okay, so they're ending before the thing, okay. And the other thing is that they opened the doors, the enclosed sidewalk cafe is nothing but window doors that open. Now, is there any kind of thing of having the tables in front of that? It will all be open.
No.
Okay, just pointing out what we know. And can we get a barrier on that side of, by the bench? on the corner. It is a corner, so it's not totally I mean, it's unobstructed, but it would really help to have a barrier to just not get mixed up with the people sitting there.
Well,
Yeah,
it would help to have a barrier on 7th Avenue as well.
Yeah,
Just so you guys know, the community board's position is don't really, if it's just two tops along the building line, that barriers are actually create more problems than they solve, because they actually take away from a space that's usually very tight and actually
I'm not going to
exacerbates
argue with you.
movement problems
Okay.
than helps it, because they're just single row of two tops, so.
Either way, they're supposed to have it there.
I mean, it's still a rule that they have to have it, but it just finds that they, you know, it just creates more congestion having them.
all right. I mean, we're just, you know, trying to keep our peace here. That's all.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
They're a problem, so.
Is there anything else that the committee would like to talk about, or we'll save the rest for business session?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so closing the public session, or the public session for Demolinari, 7th Avenue, moving on to Avion Group LLC, DBA Nightingale at 37 Carmine Street. This is a Sidewalk cafe. If anyone would like to testify, please raise your hand.
Okay, David Gruber, he's already a panelist.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Do you want me to speak now?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Okay. As I think Donna knows because she was there. I'm sorry, excuse me 1 second. The SLA directly said that there should be no outdoor tables at this facility for the term of their lease. They keep coming back. They are a problem child on Carmine Street. They make up stuff that suits them. And there's a letter that was sent over by Rebecca Morton, who is the next door neighbor. Shall I read it, or Donna, do you want to read it, or Stella, do you want to read it, or?
Donna, you can read it.
I don't have it right in front of me, so.
It's in the doc. I can read it if you'd like. Or David, go ahead. If you have it up.
Donna, you're going to read it?
No, I'm not reading
You
it.
can go ahead.
Go ahead, David.
Okay, give me a sec. It says, this is from Rebecca Morton. I am in France and Spain till the end of June. This is upsetting news, as I wish I could attend and express my anger. The bar continues to hold private parties that go on until after 12 a.m. After the parties are supposedly over at midnight at 12:45, after the bar closes, drunk guests hang out in loud groups in front of the bar, not ready to leave or end their night. Several weeks ago, one drunk guest headbutted my front door at 39 Carmine Street to have, I'm sorry, at 39 Carmine Street multiple times at 1 a.m. and urinated in the doorway. Another guest that same night called into my window. Her window is on grade. She's on the ground floor. Called into my window to ask if I was associated with the bar, as he had forgotten his jacket and the bar was now closed. If Nightingale is allowed to have outdoor space, these private parties will make life unbearable. I agreed to have no soundproofing on our shared wall if Frank honors the midnight close. That did not happen. When I can, and on the nights there is an incident or clear late night weekend close. I file a complaint in real time per your instructions. I think she's talking to Donna.
Yeah.
But obviously it has no effect. How is it possible that this current tenant, especially since Frank is not honoring midnight close on weekends, when he has private parties, he continuously breaks the rules and then gets rewarded? I am stuck with no soundproofing, no protection now, also from my windows at the bar due to next door seating. This is so upsetting. Please keep me posted on how my status, have the status of their request. Thank you. So just as an aside on this, after Lily Fan at the SLA said he had a 12 a.m., 12 midnight close, he actually on his website said 2 a.m. He has since taken it down, I guess, in anticipation of this filing. But he violated it's the regulations don't apply to him. So Carmine is an R zone. I know that outdoor seating is allowed in an R zone, but the configuration of the space is the building next to him. The residential is on the ground floor. Literally, you could reach out and touch one of the tables if there was tables there. Anyway, the SLA also said they didn't understand how he could put tables there and not serve. That seems counterintuitive. His response was, it's kind of a flag to know that there's a restaurant there because it's a landmark street and he's not allowed to put any signs up. That's not so. He has a sign across the fascia of the building. There's signs, I mean, the whole block has signs, you know. So anyway, that's the situation that we're faced here. And if he appeals whatever decision there is to the SLA, I will bring people up there to counter speak. I think that's all the letter says. Personally, as president of the Carmine Street Block Association, he has done everything, as this board knows, to get a full OP license. He said that he was outside the 250-foot rule, 200-foot rule of the church. When we measured it, he wasn't, regardless of what his architect said. He told us that he needed this because he will be the only place that you can have a drink on Carmine Street or in the neighborhood that's not connected to a restaurant. And so it's just a place to have a quiet drink. And that's why he asked for a tavern license. I said you could certainly serve food there. I gave him suggestions of many places that are not vented that could serve food. So a lot of this is nonsense where he can't make a living because every other restaurant there is vented. I said to him, I actually went in and spoke to him last year at some point. I said, I know what you paid for the space. You're way under market because it wasn't vented. Now you took a space that you knew was not vented. You knew was not a restaurant applicable space, that you couldn't cook there. And you're coming to the community and by extension, the community board to rescue you on something that you knew. So you're getting the benefit of a much lower rent and then want us to rescue you because you're crying to us that you can't make a living because you can't serve food. I explained to him there were lots and lots and lots of equipment that doesn't need venting, and he certainly could have a menu. I know many, many places like that. I think that's all I need to say. And if there's any questions,
David, how many stories is this building?
It's a 6-story building.
So is it fair to say there are at least 5 apartments or probably more if there's.
Yeah, he says that he got signatures from everybody in the building, which is just.
I'm just asking him on a technical basis.
five
on
stories.
A technical basis, it looks like the residential entry to the building is immediately adjacent to 2 of the 2 tops on the northern portion.
Absolutely abutting, yes.
So I believe there's a 5-foot requirement from the building entrance. So that's why I was just asking about that. And then I note on the other side, it is noted on the plans, but it said it's over a cellar door. And I didn't notice if they had submitted a a letter saying that the cellar door is reinforced.
I don't know if it is or not.
Do you know if they use the cellar door?
No, I don't know. You know, unfortunately, Rebecca, who has photographs of everything to document the
Right.
position, unfortunately chose this week to go to Europe.
So, and I think it's fair to say, I mean, I'm just looking at the photographs, so maybe you can just confirm that her residential window to her apartment is less than 5 feet away from the proposed tables that are set up on the southern side.
Carter, it's fair to say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just want to make sure that we have that in the
record, yeah.
in the record for that, because I think that that's been the issue that the board has had about the expansion of the allowed areas for sidewalk seating to residential zones.
Right.
You have the commercial uses really abutting right up to residential, and this is an example of that. You know, there's only a few of where this has happened, but this is sort of the outlier case of where the impact is so extreme.
Yes. I agree with that. Yeah.
Requires, you know, I'm not sure this was the intent in the changes to the regulations. So.
Yeah.
So that's the situation, and that's why I'm here to speak about it, and that's why Rebecca is so upset. And the rest, I think, is up to the committee, and I thank you for your time.
Thanks, David.
Thank you.
Thank you, David.
They check the box. It says that they have the certification. I don't know if they usually send that to you. You get that?
We don't get that.
And there were, I just wanted to note just that this is a regional corridor, correct?
Right.
And so that their clear path is in excess of what's required, which is 10 feet,
That's
but they have
correct.
11 and a half feet in the 13 foot, just.
Right. Yep.
I think that what the SLA said, and if there's Donna included in her letter to us the video of that of our testimony. They thought it was incredulous that they would have tables that they weren't going to try to serve on, and they absolutely forbade any service outside. I mean, I couldn't think they were any clearer or more direct, and that was their discussion, and that was their agreement. It was a hard close, lights out at 12 o'clock, no outdoor seating. I think he got a little out of hand. I think Lily Fan said, I don't think that we could be clearer on this point, and all the other commissioners went along with that assessment.
And David, I thank you for that. And I just wanted to apologize. I note that Carmine Street runs much more east-west. It's not the northern storefront.
Because Carmine Street goes east, west, north, south. It's a very funny street.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the north arrow.
What's that?
I was just looking at the north arrow.
Yeah, I know.
Compass.
We can never figure Carmine Street out ourselves. Anyway, I leave it to you, and I'm going to stick around, hear some of the other cases. Is there anything else that I could help or answer any other questions? I'd be glad to.
That's good. Thank you, David.
Okay, thank you all.
Okay, so if there's no other public testimony on this item, anything we want to talk about now or save it for later? Okay. All right, so closing the public hearing on Avion Group LLC. I realized we have another applicant on Zoom. I believe Chris.
There's two Chris's. I'll promote Chris.
Oh, yeah. Okay. And if anybody else is here from for an application, please raise your hand and then we will jump to you afterwards.
Both of these Chris's, I don't
Chris
know.
is here for number 8, Starbucks Corporation.
Okay, and then Michael.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. We have more people here than I thought. I guess people.
Okay, so Chris is here for The
or number
Starbucks?
8, yep, okay. And then Brad Robinson for Blank Street, which is number 5. And then what is Michael here for? Michael, can you put in the chat which application you're here for?
Carmela, number 9.
Okay, cool.
Hi, everyone.
Hi. Okay, so let's do the order. We'll go 8 because we have Chris here, then we'll go 5 and then 9. And then we'll go back to 4, 6, 7.
Okay.
I'm here for 8 too.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah, we'll do 8 first. Okay, so number 8 is Starbucks Corporation, DBA Starbucks at 1 7th Avenue for Sidewalk Cafe. All right, if there's anyone who would like to speak from the public, please raise your hand and we will elevate you. It looks like nobody.
Doesn't look like, no.
Okay, Chris, if you'd like to introduce yourself and make a statement.
Sure. Hello, my name is Chris Kranz. I'm an architect for WFC Architects. We are architects for Starbucks. We were actually the original architects for this store when it was first built in, I think, 2016, 2017. And Starbucks has been doing a renovation at this location, minor interior finishes and things. And as part of that renovation, they wanted to add some exterior seating. I think during COVID, they had seating out there that has since been removed, and now they want to put something back in the new dining out system. So they currently are proposing, it's pretty minimal, I guess. It's really just a single run of tables and chairs on the 7th Avenue side. It's on a corner, so the 7th Avenue side has some furniture, and then the 11th Street side has some furniture too. The 11th Street side, which is the neighborhood corridor, I think it's called, it maintains all the minimum clearances, the 8-foot minimum clearance between any obstacles. And they're just basically two table, small cafe tables with 2 chairs in each window bay. All the window bays for this building, the way the building architecture is, the windows are set back from the property line slightly, like 1 foot something. I have it in a drawing here. They only really stick over the property line about 1'8" on the 11th Street side and about 1'11" on the 7th Avenue side. So they kind of sit in these natural little pockets of space built, by the building's architecture. And it still does leave ample clearances to any kind of obstacle from either a tree bed or a curb cut and things like that. And I think so the 11th Street side, and there are also some planters too. So there's I think the 11th Street side has 4 tables and 5 planters. The 7th Avenue side has some planters as well. It's the same situation. There's little setbacks from the building's column bays. And there's 3 sets of tables, two chairs and a single table that are more lounge style type chairs. So it's not cafe tables. They're more like a soft, they call it soft seating, but it's exterior seating. There won't be any table service or anything like that outside. It's just for people to come sit and enjoy their products.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, there's no table service, okay.
No table service, no alcohol.
I have a couple of questions.
The perimeters, there's no perimeters.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we would assume that there would be a perimeter along the outside of the blue blocked off sections on the plan.
do it myself. A perimeter meaning an enclosure?
Yeah, so every sidewalk cafe has to have a perimeter, like that states the boundary of the cafe.
Like it's checked off in section 3. It says perimeter demarcation must be clear and visible by using a lightweight and removable self-supporting base wall railing, planter, fence, or stanchion and rope.
So,
Yeah, that honestly wasn't part of it. I mean, I'm guessing it's something they could do, but that wasn't their plan. I'm sorry, I wasn't aware that that was needed in this new layout.
that is DOT's requirement. And I noticed that the planters are included within the cafe as well. But because the perimeter is supposed to show that all of the activity within the cafe, so there won't be any serving, but walking from table to table, and people find a seat, it all needs to happen within the perimeter. So you
Okay.
have people like entering from, midway down the block, you need to walk through the perimeter to get to the tables. So those planters might
Interesting.
impede that movement.
Oh, so the blue setup area would have to be pulled out a little bit to allow for circulation?
I don't know if you're able to extend that blue width any more than it is right now, because you have to meet the 8-foot requirements between the tree beds and the other obstacles.
Correct.
But what I'm saying is that you might have to not have the planters there.
Gotcha. Okay.
And this one's interesting too. I mean, aside from our general thing of it's just the 2 tops parallel to the table, but because they have the planters there and because there's no wait staff, it's really just somebody walking out with a coffee and sitting down.
Yeah.
In that area instead of our normal thing when there's wait staff.
Right.
Of having
It's
the wait
just
staff go
someone
around.
that-
Yeah.
The customer to find a seat. DOT wants people to be able to walk within the perimeter.
They want all the activity of the Sidewalk Cafe to happen within the Sidewalk Cafe.
And not spill out onto the pedestrian part of the sidewalk.
Okay. So
Um,
the coming out of the Starbucks doors and getting to one of the tables, in other words.
Right,
like
yeah, within that blue part.
Yeah.
So we
Okay.
would ask that there's, you, in your site plan, you make a note of a perimeter. And then also perhaps reconsidering the planters so that it's actually feasible, to be able to walk.
Sure. Yeah, we'll definitely bring that back. Yeah.
I also noticed that some of the, there's 3 tree beds on 11th Street. It looks like only one of them has the clearances noted. I understand that each one maybe is identical. I don't know exactly, but we would like to see that, all of those
Sure.
clearances are there.
Yes, we can add that. No problem.
I also noted on 7th Avenue, your property line goes right up to the Northwell Health doctor's offices,
Yes.
which would be considered a primary building entrance. And so that would be, DOT requires that there's 5 feet of clearance between every primary building entrance and your sidewalk cafe perimeter.
Okay, from the door entrance?
Yeah, from the door jamb.
Got it. I think we might have that. I'll make sure and we'll check the dimension.
Okay, yeah, it might be that you just need to remove one of these planters, but it's to the demarcation, like the perimeter demarcation rather than to the table.
Got it. So if the planter is there, that's part of it. Yeah.
Right.
Yep. I see.
Looks like Valerie is on her way here. Okay, let me see. Anybody else have any comments? The building does have awnings, right? They're not awnings. Okay, so there's just a couple of boxes to check for those in section 3, the page after the site plan.
Section 3, yep. Okay. Oh yeah. Awnings physically attached to the building if using all the following must be met. Yeah, or we'll check all that and make sure.
Okay, great.
Yep, got it. Okay.
And then just another, sorry, there's so many boxes here. Also,
No
to
problem.
check the box for the primary building entrance on 7th Avenue. That's box X, or sorry, S22. In section 2.
Oh, I see primary building entrance. Yep, and we'll give the distance. Yep,
Perfect. And then also one more box.
that's fine.
Above the site plan, there's setup identification. Please check this box if you plan to have outdoor dining located partially within your private property.
Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, we didn't originally until we realized the property line. There it is. Okay.
Okay, and I think that's it, unless anyone wants to add anything. A lot of just like meticulous little things, but that's it.
Okay. Great.
All right. Thank you so much. Thanks for taking the time.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, have a good night.
You too.
Okay, so moving on from number 8, we said we'd go to number 5, which is Blank Street Inc., DBA Blank Street Coffee at 80 University Place.
Okay, so that's Bradley Robinson.
Okay.
Hi everyone, how are you?
Hi, good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. Thank you for your time on these as always.
Oh, thank you. Is there anybody from the public who would like to speak? Oh, okay. Bradley, if you want to introduce yourself, go ahead.
Yeah, yep. I'm Bradley Robinson with Soho Sheds. We represent Blank Street Coffee for helping them with sidewalk and roadway cafes at all their locations across the city where they're eligible. This is a recently opened store at 80 University at the corner of University and East 11th. And they are looking to set up a relatively small sidewalk seating on East 11th, 7 feet wide and just over 15 feet long to support the store. 5 tables, 2 top bistro style, meets all the required clearances, and I think that's it.
Great, thanks. So just to confirm, there's no seating on University.
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
So the only comment I'd make is looking at the historic plans for this. There was seating on top of the cellar door, and they had 6, 7, 8 tables and 16 seats, and I don't think there's any difference in the clear path or anything. So, and it maintained that 3-foot service aisle aside.
There's no service at this. That was one thing I should have added. There's no service at this. This is grab and go, similar to the applicant that just went.
So it's interesting because the old plan had the table set up differently, and it looked like you could put more in there and still maintain your clear path.
I guess it depends if they use
the cellar door, right?
Yeah, and that was a choice, not that it's obviously not a safe cellar door, but just not to go through the engineering process.
Okay.
Got it. Okay. I don't have any questions. Okay.
That was all.
That's it. Thanks.
Thank you. Have a great evening.
You too.
Good night.
Okay. All right, moving on from number 5, going to number 9 now.
Hi.
Michael? Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm well. I'm well.
Good. Okay, so this is Carmela NYC LLC, DBA Carmela at 10 Fifth Avenue for a sidewalk cafe. If anyone has anything to say from the public, please raise your hand.
Quick question.
Yeah.
So, Michael, they resolved all the stability issues in this building.
Oh, that's right.
The building had a full vacate because part of the building, the floors had pulled away from the walls because of a problem with the building a few buildings to the north.
That I don't know. But since they built it, I'm assuming they must have. Since they
Yeah,
opened
no,
it.
everything was vacated in the building for a period of time. I don't know if that was all resolved. I just hadn't heard any
No.
updates. So we had a few applicants for the space as well through that time period. There's a, just so you know, there's a building, I think 3 lots north. They're doing excavation work. The building next to them settled a few inches on one side, and the party wall between this building and the building that settled a few inches also shifted and moved, and the floor joist pulled out of the wall.
I can find out. I recall it now from the
So
SLA.
we hadn't heard an update, so,
Yeah,
and it had crossed a few different issues, so.
I'll see what I could find out for you. I remember it now from the wine license hearing. It escaped my mind. So basically what we're doing is we have 12 tables, 24 seats on Fifth Avenue. We did not use 50% of the sidewalk. We used a little bit less. I know you might be surprised to hear this, Donna, but we are 5 feet from the residential entrance.
There we go.
Now, historically, they had a lot of tables on 8th Street, but since the changes with the tree pits, we have the handicap ramp, they put one table all the way in the corner, which we are willing to give up because it doesn't look right. Put it that way.
Wait, where? I'm sorry, I missed that last one.
There's one table on 8th Street, all the way at the end of the restaurant.
Yeah.
The owners said they would be willing to give that up if that's a problem.
Wait, one table on there?
Where is it? Is it on this diagram?
I see,
Yeah,
wait, I see a bunch of
Wait.
tables on 8th Street.
all the way to the left. There's
Yeah.
one table.
There's multiple
There's
guys.
two plants.
Oh,
Let me share my screen because I see a lot of tables.
I see a lot of tables on 8th Street.
Maybe this isn't the most updated.
You don't have the updated plan?
I guess not. Okay, this is what we see.
No, that was changed.
Okay,
The measurements were off,
yeah.
taken by the architect.
That's why I was late to the meeting because I was looking at this and I was like, this can't be right. But okay,
No.
so what is it now?
That was the original plan. So
Okay,
all the way on the left side where you have those 3 tables, there's one table.
down here,
Yes.
like this one right here is the only one.
More between the 2 tables.
So like right here.
About there, yes.
Okay, and it would be served by this?
They're gonna be
Yeah.
very lonely.
Okay, I think that's okay.
I think they didn't have seating before. Like, I think the steps say no seating. Is that correct? Michael, do you know that?
That,
I didn't say the steps. I think their steps previously
Yeah.
had outdoor seating, correct?
yes, because we
Yeah.
didn't have
Right,
it before.
right.
Do you know when the application was updated? Or the site plan rather?
I'm sorry?
Do you know when the site plan was updated?
I'm gonna guess about 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Okay, yeah, we
It took a
discussed this
while.
one
Yeah, it
last
took a while for
Monday.
the architect to come out, so.
Just got it last
We
Monday.
discussed it last Monday,
So
so
that's crazy that you didn't.
so that they didn't,
updated
yeah,
one.
that they didn't attach the new one.
You
Bummer.
should have gotten the new plans.
Yeah. Okay, I will email them to ask for it. But if you could also send it to Florence, you might, that might be faster.
Yes, I will.
Okay, thank you. All right, cool. Well, that actually cuts down a lot of what I wanted to talk about, so.
Right.
Cool. Does anybody else have anything that they want to say?
All right.
Oh, about the primary building entrance? Would
Yes.
you mind just marking the box on section 2, box S22?
Sure.
Awesome.
It kills me, but I'll do it.
Okay, well, thank you.
All right. I'll send the new plans over to you in the morning.
Okay.
I'll make sure the DOT. I'll send them to them again, but they do have.
All right, cool.
All right.
That's it.
Okay, that's it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Have a
Night.
short night. Bye-bye.
Okay. Okay, so closing the public hearing on number 9, and now we said we go 4, 5, or I'm sorry, 4, 6, 7. I don't think anyone's here, any applicants in here, but okay, so number 4 is 13 Sullivan Gents LLC, DBA number 142 bar at 142 Sullivan Street. This is a roadway cafe, and DOT confirmed that it has been referred to FDNY for a waiver. If anyone would like to comment, please raise your hand. If there is no comments, then we could just move this to business session. Yeah, okay. Closing public hearing on number 4. Number 6, Buddy NYC LLC, DBA Buddy at 340 Bowery for a sidewalk. If anybody's here for that one, please raise your hand.
See anybody?
Okay, so we can move that to business session, and then number 7, Double Dip LLC, DBA Balaboosta at 611 Hudson Street. This is an enclosed sidewalk cafe. If anyone wants to speak? Okay. All right, so then let's just go into business session and we can go from the top. Okay, so let's go to Little Branch.
7th Ave, South.
27th Avenue South. The only modification was just our usual ADA. We didn't have any specifics. Okay, so we just got into business session.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, only 9 applications. Okay, so approve with modifications.
Right.
Okay, cool. The next one, Demolinari, 7th Avenue. This is St. George Coffee. So we heard the enclosed sidewalk in March, and we said that there would be no outdoor seating unless it's outside the boundaries of the enclosed sidewalk cafe unless they submitted a separate application. Here we are.
This is a Brandy Melville coffee shop apparently.
I don't know.
It's
Well,
like from the same.
we talked in the public session about how the cafe can't be, well, Nancy was saying you could argue that the cafe can't be more than half the sidewalk, including the enclosed sidewalk cafe as part of the sidewalk width.
I think I'm comfortable if we say that, because I think that is appropriate to say. And I think that also the conditions that, even though this is a neighborhood corridor, and it's marked as such, it is an avenue and it is a pass-through area, and there is foot traffic on 7th Avenue. South in this location, it's a, the designation of how they did the overlays. So I think that's reasonable to raise that.
Yeah, so the enclosed sidewalk cafe footprint should be included in the sidewalk width, and therefore.
Right, and that would be for the tables and chairs that are parallel to the enclosed sidewalk cafe, and it would not include the tables that are at
The tip.
at the point. But if we were to have heard these applications together, this is sort of segmenting something where they both exist. But if we had heard them together, that would have made sense to raise together, that they take up more space.
Right.
But I think it's worth bringing up, and I think that, I think that this plan doesn't seem to have any issues, but I think that we could base a denial on the other question. I don't know if DOT would interpret it that way, but I think that that's, the intention was never to have both.
Right.
And so I think that the benefits of the enclosed sidewalk cafe and, the carryover from the previous program is pretty significant. And so I think it's not unreasonable to calculate the sidewalks that way.
They've had to apply, it's going through this program as part of something on a sidewalk, so probably it's on the sidewalk, the enclosed one.
Well, the thing is, they let them have, the application landed on our desk, because they can have both.
Right.
So is that something we're gonna uniformly apply, that if someone has an enclosed sidewalk cafe that we're not? Or is it, or Ricardo, are you
This is
saying?
because of the width of the sidewalk,
Oh,
Together,
so
more than half.
they
Got
didn't,
it. Oh,
right,
got
it's
it.
more than half of it, it's not because they have the pole, it's the width of the sidewalk.
In terms of modifications, so we would say remove the single row of tables along the length.
7th Avenue South.
I was also thinking they should label the enclosed sidewalk cafe, but why did I write that down? Is it not labeled?
It's not really, there's a
Yeah.
couple lines there, but I don't know that it's
Yeah.
labeled.
Okay, yeah, so I would say they should label it.
Yeah.
Then I just think it's some boxes, the box S18 for the traffic signal, and then the furnishing boxes. Section 3 in the ADA. Okay, all in favor with approval with modifications? Aye.
Or do we want to do the
denying
approval?
it.
Yeah, I think we should deny it, not the modifications.
Oh.
Right?
Because then it'll get
Sorry.
called up.
Yeah, you're, okay. Okay, so deny. But we still want to send, like, deny with modifications?
Yeah, we can do
Yeah.
deny with modifications, but I think that question needs to be answered by
DOT.
DOT.
All right, so deny with modifications. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, going to the next one. PAR Avion Group, LLC DBA Nightingale, 37 Carmine. It's been a while on this one, I think.
Did you guys not hear that one at all?
No, we heard it. We heard it.
Yeah.
We had the public
Yeah, yeah,
listening
yeah.
for it.
Okay, so this is the one, David Gruber testified on behalf of Rebecca Morton as well. So there's the primary building entrance to the right of the facade, that we can comment on. It is kind of like guarded off by a little fence, but we can still say there needs to be 5 feet. Yeah, 5 feet. I don't really know what we could do. Oh wait, let's talk about the SLA part.
Yeah, I'm confused because I thought it's like a non-starter.
Well, it's a non-starter for the SLA.
But they could amend it.
Oh,
Well, they can still, I mean,
I mean, there's
So we
nothing
can't-
preventing them from applying to DOT.
right,
You know, an SLA license has attached with it, there is no outdoor
I
seating.
can, right, it's a
So, I
condition
mean,
of
their
licensing the
license.
space, given the impacts that licensing of the space had on that particular location. But I want to bring up the primary building entrance, right, the residential building entrance, it's adjacent to this. And also, I think it's important when we point out on the west side, also the residential window that's right there, and just bring up
Yeah.
these situations. But I think that I'm not comfortable with this, because this is precisely what we had called out this whole time. You know, the oversized impacts on residential tenants in the neighborhood, right? That are right there.
Right there, I mean, I think she has said her window is like 1.5 feet from there. She can literally reach out and touch the table. Almost.
So we have that as a no.
And I think that we should just say what's missing is the residential window that's
Yeah.
right there.
Okay, so deny with modifications.
Yeah.
Aye.
Aye.
All right, going to number 4, 13 Sullivan Gents. We haven't talked about this one yet. This is the Roadway Cafe.
Oh, so this one.
I like their diagram. I like their drawing.
This one, they have no flooring. So they have to put a ramp in for the ADA access, which then means they have to move a table with the 3 tables. And
The ramp has to be there permanently.
based on what the liquor authority said with this application the other week, that it's not reasonable to expect somebody to wait for staff to come out. That's not the reasonable accommodation. I don't know that DOT sees it that way, but and then the FDNY, what does that leave on that road? Something like
11 and a half. Okay, so we can make it a modification for them to add a ramp. Yeah. And adjust table configuration accordingly.
And that exact language. Okay, so,
Okay, so, I guess historically, we've always voted to deny any, FDNY waiver roadway cafes, so deny with modifications?
yeah,
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
Blank Street.
and Blank Street, number 5.
That was, they're not reinforcing the cellar.
Right, by choice. Yeah, we didn't really have any,
We didn't have any, I don't think, with this one.
it's just the ADA. So approval with modification, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Number 6, Buddy Buddy. I see,
That one we didn't look at.
yeah, we have not looked at this one yet. This one, they have, the 5 feet from the building entrance. From the primary building entrance. It's labeled a little funny, there's just an arrow with 5 feet, but if they check the box, I'm okay with that. They also have the 5 feet, also kind of like half labeled for the Siamese connection.
Uh-huh, yeah, I didn't quite understand where the 5 feet.
Yeah. I think that arrow is just pointing to it. I don't think that arrow represents the length of the
Right,
5 feet.
yeah,
But since it's across the,
from the door.
yeah, so it's gonna be 5 feet automatically, probably.
Oh, and then 18 inches from the utility vent. That's, now I was wondering that 18 inches.
Oh, that's what they're,
I couldn't figure out why they were doing that. I just,
I didn't understand that either. Okay, well, I guess I need to check that too. I don't know if that's okay for them to do,
lock it,
to like,
be in front of it.
entrance, yeah, in front. But it's not an exhaust. Vent infrastructure.
Utility vent hole, vent grate, stuff like that. You don't have a photograph of what it looks like or what we do. Right? It's a little vent in the wall.
We don't know what that's
We
used,
don't know what that's.
because that could be for the basement. So the building was recently revamped, but the uses remain the same, and it's an old SRO building. So I don't know what the uses are, because that vent could be the things where we needed a bigger clearance from, right? What
For
are
the
vents?
exhaust.
Yeah, the exhaust
Yeah.
type of vents. 'Cause it
It's an
depends on
exhaust
what,
duct is 10 feet.
I think that's what we need to,
Fine, because they didn't check anything off on their thing.
Okay, well. Negative.
there's, yeah, I mean,
Isn't there some other thing on the wall too?
I walked by here, but I was more focused on the vacate order, because I guess there's some debris falling in the back. So,
And email DOT and ask if they know what its function is. So, but how do we want to vote tonight?
So where that is, I'm reminded now, looking at some of the old photographs, is that space where that was is where there used to be an old stairwell.
Where that vent is,
That area,
going down? Like the stairwell that's on the other side?
Let me just go and just pull this up, sorry. Yeah, so they that is, this vent is where this used to be.
Oh,
It's the stairway to the basement.
stairway on both sides.
Oh.
So I don't know if there's some, you know, whatever that. The pictures aren't clear to see if it existed beforehand. There's always in many of the pictures, there is going back for a number of years, there's an obstructing the views of that.
So maybe if it's no longer in use, then they don't even need the clearance.
Well, no, I mean, the vent
Still maybe.
it looks like the vent was there before, but it may be used as some exhaust pipe. Say, if I remember, actually, let me just, what's the address again?
340 Bowery.
340, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we just need to double check on whatever the address is.
So do we not want to vote?
We have to vote, I think.
Well, I think that that's
You
just
just need
a
the proper
modification, right?
clearance.
That it has to meet the proper clearances from the vent.
Okay, so it's
Structure.
for proper clearance from vent infrastructure. What if they, for some reason, end up telling us it's an exhaust duct?
Then they can't have the seating there.
Well, I thought that the clearance was 5 feet,
For an exhaust, it has to be 10 feet.
but what about the intake? Isn't that
For what, sorry?
for an intake vent? What we
It would be
discussed?
just 18 inches.
Okay, because we discussed before the venting, I thought it was just 18 inches on those other ones.
Yeah.
And is the 18 inches to the sides or is also in front? That's what that was the issue, right, with some of the other
Yeah.
ones?
I don't know.
So I think that's what we have to just raise to. And then for the in that 5-foot clearance for the building entrance, it's a hotel, so it's a high traffic.
Yeah, and then I just had them to check the primary building entrance box for the hotel, the Siamese connection, and the perimeter boxes and the furnishing boxes. Because they didn't fill out that second page at all, it seems.
No. Not really say much about ones that look like that.
Okay, so approval with modifications. All in favor?
Yep.
Number 7, we haven't talked about this one either. This is Double Dip LLC, DBA Balaboosta.
one we
Oh, this is
go
the
over.
enclosed sidewalk cafe.
This is the enclosed, and the plan they have is exactly the historic plan that was there before.
Guess nobody had any comments.
No, we asked. We did ask.
Yeah, so. Okay, so I guess only modification is just the ADA. So all in favor of approval of modifications? Aye. Okay, number 8, Starbucks. Yeah, we had a list of things. Okay.
That one was a list of things. Checking boxes.
Yeah, checking boxes, adding the clearances for all the tree beds.
Right.
The primary building entrance clearance on 7th Avenue for the doctor's offices. Oh, and then I mentioned the planters, so maybe we'll add that. I would like remove the planters to allow
They may need to.
Okay, so I'll say like consider moving planters. Or,
I mean, they could, yeah, I guess so.
or like customer,
Access.
yeah, to tables within the perimeter. Okay, approval with modifications, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Last one, Carmela, which got a lot simpler.
Yeah, we need the updated site plan.
Yeah,
That's kind of crazy.
I don't understand. I will email DOT about that.
What do we think?
So they got rid of like almost all the tables on 8th Street. It's just one that doesn't seem to be a problem. It's far enough away from the tree pit. So I think that's okay. The modifications, just check the PBE box and ADA.
Yep.
All in favor with modifications? Aye. Okay. That's it. Any new business?
I don't know whatever happened in our building entrance here.
Got a hearing on.
There was a bell. Okay, was introduced, and it's referred to committee on April 30th, so I haven't noticed.
All done? Adjourn? Great.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second. Good night, everyone.
Bye.